Alright, so I had to learn my lesson the hard way about the police, but I did that a long time ago. I just didn't have a recording device for years and years, or I didn't know how to use them. Now, when I was at Rihanna's in Wyoming, the day before I went to the police, and the day before I threw that coffee cup down on the floor, I reported what was going on my YouTube. That's something that can be removed from YouTube, and a lot of people, they were able to do that, have the truth removed from YouTube. But that computer that the police had there in Rawlins, Wyoming, it's got evidence that I spoke out just in case the police wouldn't take my report. And the police didn't take my report. I didn't get to write a report. I should have been allowed. Now, the other thing is that the police should have looked at that evidence. Now, it may have been removed from YouTube, but it's still on that computer. Evidence that I spoke out about what was going on at Rihanna's, what had actually happened. But they're trying to have that sent to Colorado. Without an environment that I can function in, it's difficult. Without the finances to do those things, once I get to somewhere that I can function, as if that'll ever happen, well, it makes it nearly impossible. That doesn't mean I'm not trying. If I wasn't trying, I wouldn't have hundreds of witness statements and phone calls and interviews on that computer. I have many on my YouTube, and my YouTube can be destroyed, but those are still on that computer. That computer shows I was an asshole, but it also shows why. I'm stressed the fuck out. One stressful environment to another. What happened at Rihanna's with those kids, with her lying, with her taking advantage of me because she can't do it alone. Meanwhile, she's got a support network there in Rawlins. I don't. She knows locals there in Rawlins. I don't. She could ask people in Rawlins for help. And she did. And tells me she doesn't have anyone either. That's bullshit. However, I took screenshots. I took evidence from there, same as anywhere else. Or actually, I showed evidence from there, same as anywhere else, and I saved it. That's the thing, is that in Chapel, Nebraska, 2 months before Natalie died, I made a choice to move out of that place in Chapel, Nebraska, and move in with Ken and Leah to save money for property, so that I wouldn't be stuck in a subservient position like Ken and Leah's. And that's the thing, is that I have not had that at all since, not even once. That place that I had in Sydney, Nebraska for a month and a half last year, I didn't have my computer, I didn't have internet access, and I was constantly stressed out because I needed to find a place to go. I needed to find a way to get to all of these court dates and still pay my rent, and I just couldn't. And Jen Beebe was supposed to help with that, and she just didn't. And I needed to get a court date, an honest court date, showed these police all had chosen not to take a look at what was going on, that I was trying when I was at the Broomfield Police Department when I was talking to Officer Michael West in Boulder, when I was talking to Jordan Anderson in Chapel. I mean, this didn't start when Natalie died. It's been like this pretty much for forever. I must be the bad guy. They call me mentally ill, and then the police don't listen, no matter what. And then because the police won't listen and they won't take a look, I'm the bad guy, and I don't get an honest day in court. Kangaroo, kangaroo, where are you? Well, obviously in the kangaroo courts. And that's why I needed someone there in person. The difference between them doing that, like they do to the homeless, and them helping you out, is whether or not you go in alone.